Okay, so for the moment I've given up on the rear there. I just loosened this with a adjustable wrench, and I'm going to remove the oxygen sensor, taking care not to twist the hell out of it. Oh boy, man, I do not like how that works. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this guy somewhere here. It's fine. It just hangs out there. All right. Yeah, so the thing I'm going to have the hardest time with is I don't have a hex socket, and I've already started to kind of wear this guy out. So, but I can start on these guys here, which I already have, as you can see. And they were actually not on very tight, which is a little surprising, or what's the word? Disconcerting. All right, so that guy is out. I mean, I didn't hand loosen them. I got this really nifty tool. So let's do this. I'm gonna take this guy and remove all these bits and pieces in here that don't belong to the bike. Wood screws did not come with the bike. All right, gonna throw that in there. All right, let's see. All right, so I'll show you how this tool works, which I'm so happy with today. So it's got a little ratchet head and two swiveling bits here, and basically goes in. You probably can't see that, but it's squeezing in into that really tight spot there, and voila. And the rest of it I can just get with my hand there. Okay, so here we go. So this is all coming off. Everything is done except for that one motherfucker of a bolt. All right, let me go find out, see what I can do. All right, so my next door neighbor saved the day. He has this like sick fucking Allen wrench that has a ball joint, and if you go right through the opening of the brake here, just enough room to kind of get at it pretty straight actually. And I had to put a lot of torque on it, but nothing I couldn't do with my hands. I am so happy that he had that, because none of my tools were fitting in. I was trying to strip the inside of that thing, and I did not want to make another run to the store today because I just didn't want to do it. Okay, that's all. So I don't know if I'm spinning. Yeah, okay. There's a reason why I couldn't remove the bolt from the nut from the other end, is I think it's welded to the fucking frame. So that's why that particular thing couldn't happen. But it's definitely coming along. I don't know if it may actually be all the way out already. I've been twisting it for a while. Yep, it's already out. All right, so if I yank this sucker out, feels like everything's gonna fall out. So let's do this. Just temporarily gonna zip tie this dude over here so we can keep it nice and secure. And then I'm gonna put on my gloves because I don't know how heavy this thing is, and it's gonna come crashing down. And it might crush my hands by just pulling it out. There it goes. All right, you son of a bitch. So this end looks like it's all disconnected. There's nothing holding it up together anymore. UPS guy's here. Oh shit. This motherfucker. All right. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn heavy. So I've been wanting to do this all day. £24.2 is this guy. And let's find out how much this guy weighs. Oh my God, my back. So this whole system is going to weigh let's do it the same way. Zero it out. £10.4. So 24 pounds, 10.4 pounds. Looks like we're losing about 14 pounds total. Not very scientific. I'm sure there's a better way to measure this. I am not very patient today. All right, so new gaskets, old gaskets, and in case you're all wondering, I bought the gaskets directly from Kawasaki. So Kawasaki genuine part 11060-1103. If you buy them from Kawasaki, they're about $6 a pop. If you buy them on eBay, you can probably get them for like $4. But yeah, you just slide these suckers in. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of these old ones because I don't envision needing them. You're probably not gonna get enough light to see this, but I'm just sliding them back in. And if you're lucky, they'll seat, but I'm not lucky today. So kind of wish I had a little bit of grease or something. There you go. There was a little bit of grease inside there already. So that's kind of like holding it up right now. Just kind of put a little bit of the cap here that we can work with. Okay, it's good enough. Put this out of the way so it doesn't ruin our day. Looks like the Amazon delivery man's here. He probably has more bike parts for me. All right, let's see here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a little bit of oil around the back of that. So we're gonna burn some oil later on. Yeah, that did the trick. It's stuck in there good. In fact, I'm going to do that with this guy too. You know, it looks like actually these kind of have like a front and back a little bit. Yeah. So I wonder which way you're supposed to pop them in. I'm putting the flat side to the engine. I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so here's my plan. I'm actually gonna put these guys on one at a time first. So let's start with this guy. The rightmost one. I'm gonna put him on and just get it hand tightened. I probably should have put 3 on first anyway, but this does not look right at all. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. That's gonna go that way. Something like that. We're just gonna leave it alone for now. And we're gonna grab number 3, which we should have put on first. right, so these are gonna go something like that. All right, now we're gonna put on number 2, which is this guy. Where's my chair? Here. I'm not supposed to be doing this much work on my day off. All right. Sounds like I feel like I'm talking to myself, and I am. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see what I see? There it goes. Around. One last one. This one should technically be kind of easier, but I'm about to swallow my words, I'm sure. Alright, so these things kind of gather together like that. They're not very even at all, but I think once we get this guy situated in here, so let's see. I didn't think this part was going to be easy. So. The trick really was, fitting this all together is actually kind of a little tricky because you kind of want them to all fit perfectly and whatnot, but nothing wants to fit that way yet. Because these all have to line up exactly the correct angle that the manufacturer intended, which is really hard to figure out. And then not only that, not only do these have to line up, this has to connect at exactly kind of the right spot for this to line up straight with the mount over there. So the best way to do it, honestly, is to don't put the muffler on yet, obviously, right? But go ahead and put these springs on because you kind of want them to be on. But the only way I figured that out though is I did put the muffler on, kind of got an idea where the position of this thing had to end up eventually. Because before I had it over here, like a little further in, not way here, but like probably like an inch over here, and that wasn't it, right? So that made all the difference, is just putting the muffler on, kind of seeing where it is, and then readjusting, and then taking the muffler off, putting the springs, fitting it so that it would stay that way. So I haven't tightened anything yet. It's all kind of loose still. But I was able to do so without having to remove this bracket here. And it doesn't really matter. I can remove it because it's totally not being used anymore. The only thing it is being used for really is that it is keeping this wiring harness in when I let it go in here. So both of these wiring harnesses were inside here, and now I can continue to keep them there, which is kind of a nice place for them to be. And I'm gonna have to obviously cut this cable tie, the zip tie, and then move the oxygen sensor and put it back in here, but it's kind of nice that this is still here because I'll kind of hold it in place. So I am not going to remove this wiring harness. I don't think I need to save this 1 ounce off the bike. And you never know, it maybe end up being used for something else later on. But right now, everything's kind of exactly in the shit place where it's supposed to be. And then this guy goes in the back of here. And we should be able to kind of hear it now. And this is what the bike is supposed to sound like, although I haven't tightened anything down yet. So let me go ahead and tighten down the header. You can probably see that actually. So let's see, what am I trying to show you? Over there. Yeah, so I'm looking at the gap between here and the top. And I kind of want that gap to be the same, and they look about the same right now. So I'm going to start tightening that down, and I want to tighten it down enough to crush those little copper gaskets. And I am certain there's some sort of torque setting I'm supposed to have looked up, but I haven't. So I'm just going to do it by feel. I know for a fact that it really wasn't that tight. So I'm not going to push to make it too tight. So we're going to want to tighten like that. I'm going to put this sucker on there. Okay, those look dead even right now, so I'm going to leave them alone. I think that's fine. All right, so I kind of want to make sure these springs are well seated. These ones on the right are really nicely seated. I'm just going to grab them and make sure they're good. And one thing I forgot to do is take those stickers off, but I didn't want to take them off because I was going to make sure that we got the right things on here. So now it's a good time to take the stickers off before we start the motor. Don't start the motor. Don't start the motor without taking some stickers off, because it's going to bake right in and they're going to be nasty as shit. So one other thing that I did, a little pro tip for you, I zip tied my brakes on at some point during this install. That's a good idea, because you got your bike on the pit bull stand, and if you're in, well, doesn't matter if you're gear because front wheel's free, and if you push the bike a little too hard as you're wrenching down on these, you're going to push the bike forward and you might drop it. So that's probably the best idea. Or we hear the bike. So let's see. Okay, that is extremely loud. That may not have been the best. That's awesome. I love it. I kind of want to try it with the little dB killer inside, but honestly, I like the sound the way it is, so there's no way I'm going to like it the way that's going to make it sound. So I'm supposed to also do something additional here. There's AIS or whatever the hell that is. I'm supposed to disable that, but I don't really know where that starts. Everything is installed. It actually looks quite good, and it's really nice and clean. Let's see what it sounds like with everything kind of put on nice and tight. Let's see here. And I'm so far happy with it. I'm going to go for a ride later, and I will report back with what the ride was like also. And I kind of want to thank you, all the guys on the Z900 forum that walked me through some of this stuff, and especially one guy. Let's see, what's his username? Street something or other. This guy right here who did the same exhaust at some point. Street Bike Timmy, thanks dude, for the messages back and forth. He kind of walked me through ordering it and some of the gotchas and whatnot. And it was because of Timmy that I ended up buying that wrench, which saved my life. And oh, one last thing. If you were going to do this or replace your exhaust at all, ever, you know, for any reason, you'll want one of these guys. It's a 6mm ball joint Allen wrench, and you want it to have this handle so you can give it enough torque, because without this guy I wouldn't have been able to get this thing done. There's no way. Anyway, thanks guys for watching the video. If you want to see me do more stuff to the Z900, or if you like the SVR or whatever, whatnot, subscribe, because I'll be posting a lot more videos coming up here soon. Thank you. Bye.